It's devastating. It's something like you never saw before. It's hard to believe.
Storm just absolutely hammering New Jersey, causing major flooding up and down the shore as well as lower Manhattan.
It's overwhelming. I can't believe just like 2 months ago we were down here. It's crazy.
My home for 65 years. Will you please fix it?
Yes, it will, and it's going to be a home for another 65 years.
Everything seemed as normal as can be for a major event like the New York Marathon. We ended up at the Expo. Everybody seemed there excited about a Sunday run.
The ING NYC Marathon has been canceled.
I don't know anybody who doesn't love the marathon, who doesn't love what the marathon means to New York. And this year, obviously, that changed.
One Twitter message came through, then it was another one, and then quickly it became official.
My heart goes out to all the victims of the hurricane, and I couldn't believe it wasn't canceled earlier.
No doubt that this is the right decision, but it's at the wrong time.
Marathon runners are upset. Everyone who is still against the marathon is probably still upset, and so now nobody's happy.
There's too many people right now still in trouble, and we needed to focus on them and not on marathon runners.
The spirit of the race is to bring people together. It's a shame that it had to happen, but we've got to do the right thing.
Some runners vowed to use their time in New York to help Hurricane Sandy survivors.
In the end, we were able to most help, unfortunately, without running.
Is there any more toothbrushes anywhere? Okay, I guess I'm on to latex gloves now.
Zach, put those all in a bag, bud. Well, I think the idea today was just to go out and spend a few $100s and get some cleaning supplies and get them down to a shelter. And of course, we won't even put a dent in anything that needs to be done, but I think if we fall on the premise that everybody else is going out there and doing a little bit, then it could mean something. All right, I think we're good. All right, this is Sunday, November 4th. It is now 10:30 a.m. This was supposed to be my official start time to the marathon. And right now, instead, we're heading to Brooklyn to a shelter that was hit hard by Sandy. And we're now on the Queensboro Bridge, one of the bridges that was part of my route. Just at one of the shelters here in Brooklyn where people are trying to get the bare necessities. The lineups are long. People looking for anything that they can get to keep them warm. Cleaning supplies, which me and my boys went out and got the other day, we're going to drop off now. It's pretty overwhelming.
I also have some gloves.
Can I just ask you how things are going?
They're going great. We're really overwhelmed with the volume of items.
Which is a good problem to have.
Correct.
Right.
It is.
We got here at about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and we've been sorting everything since. We did get a lot of supplies come in last night that we've been sorting.
Lots of damage?
Yeah, a lot of damage in the basement.
Just got the power yesterday.
Yesterday. And then up until then, you were just in your plate, in the dark. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to run the New York Marathon, but now that you're down here and you can see it and who it affected, this is probably a more emotional experience that any 26.2-mile race could ever give you. And I'm glad my boys are here. They're going to remember this the rest of their lives, as I will. It runs much deeper than a race.
Your captain, Dion Phaneuf. Now to Phaneuf, the one-touch goal! Oh, what a hit! Oh, did he get hit?
And he's been real good for the Toronto Maple Leafs all season long.
First swing, right to the box, no warm-up.
Spin!
Whoa, you're coming off hot. I'm playing at an 18 handicap when I'm playing you.
This is the Dion Phaneuf you have never seen before.
Okay. Ah, yes.
Dirty.
Good point. Well, I'm a normal guy. I like to golf. I like to go on my boat, like to go to the beach. I don't think it's too complicated down here. There's a pace of life that I really enjoy.
Prince Edward Island is one of Canada's true summer jewels. While tourism is big business, it's getting away the escape that Phaneuf needs.
The season starts in September and you want it to go all the way into June, and as a player you prepare for that, but with the travel and the amount of games per week, there's a lot of hockey being played, so I come down here and I feel that it really helps me energize and recharge.
Energize and recharge in the tranquility of Queens County PEI, where it feels a lifetime away from the spotlight of Air Canada Centre.
Every day's a new day. I wake up, I have my workout, and then once I'm done that, whatever I want to do, you kind of play it by ear. If you want to play golf, you play golf. If you want to go to the beach, you do that. There's not too much scheduling, to be honest with you, in my summer. Last night I was at my grandparents visiting till 11 o'clock, just, hanging out and telling stories and them telling stories and just visiting, and I love it. It's a great pace of life, and it's something that I really cherish. Partner! Shot. Atta-way, buddy!
There may not be more of a contrast from the person Dion Phaneuf is here on PEI than the intense face on 82 Maple Leafs game nights. Phaneuf has always been private, separating his professional and personal life.
I wouldn't say overly private, but I definitely enjoy my time away. You're on all the time because with the media coverage, especially that we get in Toronto, you're definitely doing a lot of media day to day, and I definitely like my time away and try to be as private as I possibly can.
Yeah, it's just so many athletes are out there, and so many people in the spotlight are out there, and entertainers are out there.
Yeah, but everyone's got different personalities, and I enjoy to kind of keep a little bit more low-key.
So much so that until he flew to the Olympic orientation camp, Phaneuf left the island once this summer, and that was just for a day. Where he dials it up is in his personal gym, the one he built on his property 3 years ago. Phaneuf works out 2 hours every morning with his trainer, Dan Archibald, and they're relentless getting after it, knowing the noise isn't far away.
Dion didn't have the game.
I don't think Dion Phaneuf is anywhere near as good as they paint him to be.
He just didn't have a solid game.
Do you find you're a lightning rod for criticism?
I think that's fair to say that I could be called a lightning rod, but that's part of playing in a big Canadian market. It's the biggest market in the National Hockey League. The biggest misconception of me is that he never smiles, or he never, in his interviews he's always kind of gruff, but that's probably the farthest thing from the truth, because I'm a very easygoing guy, and I like to have fun. How's it going?
Great, thanks.
Great day. They don't get to see me down here. They don't get to see me on the golf course or playing tennis. The scrutiny and stuff, that's all part of it. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but is it all fair? Probably not.
Phaneuf's sounding board and confidant is now his wife, Alicia Cuthbert, a woman in the public eye herself. Their July wedding was the social event of Prince Edward Island's summer calendar.
It's a day I'll never forget. I had 360 people at the wedding. We had a beautiful wedding, and we love being here, and it's a lot of fun in the summer.
Is it weird saying we now?
Yeah, it's different, but like you said, that comes with growing up and the changes in life.
Much has changed except in the comfort and familiarity of PEI. Here, Dion Phaneuf can just be himself.
Okay, there. Oh! I'll take that.
Whatever.
This used to be where John Cooper plied his trade. As a lawyer, the courtroom was his arena, with never a thought to one day standing behind a bench in the NHL.
It's 1999. I'm practicing law, defense attorney in Lansing, Michigan. And I'm just scraping by. I was working as a defense attorney in a court, and the judge that was working the court, his son was a high school hockey player at Lansing Catholic Central High School. And he knew my background. I was running the law school club hockey team, and I played for a lawyer team called the Legal Eagles. And, but he knew quite a bit about my background, and he'd asked me if I'd come and coach his kids' hockey team. And I said yes.
So from that point, where did you go from there as you still had your law practice?
Yeah, well, it turned into one of these, I was coaching 20 hours a week for free, practicing law 70 hours a week, and it just slowly started to switch.
The switch would lead him on a most unlikely path to a new career that would combine his analytical mind with his love for hockey.
I grew up in Canada and Prince George and played my whole life and went to Notre Dame, Wilscox, Saskatchewan, so I've been surrounded by the game. You have a sense for the game, you know the game. And I started to go to seminars. I used to go to college practices. I'd go watch teams play. I always dissected what guys were thinking when they were playing and why guys were put in certain situations. Now I was just in a situation where I had to apply it. So I think I had a lot of it in me. But I think my saving grace at the time, and it probably still is now, was I was pretty good with people.
Those people skills and his passion for the game led him from coaching a high school team in Michigan part-time to making it a full-time career with stops in Texarkana, Green Bay, Wisconsin, Norfolk, Virginia, winning every step of the way. He was coaching the Syracuse Crunch, farm team of the Tampa Bay Lightning, when he got the call one night from GM Steve Yzerman.
Syracuse University happens to be in the NCAA tournament, and they're playing out west, so their game doesn't start till 10 o'clock. So a place that would normally have 0 people in it, we could sit down and just relax, now didn't have a spot in at the restaurant, the bar, anywhere. Just as we're just trying to get food ordered and stuff like that, my phone buzzes, and it's Steve. He said, hey, you gotta go somewhere. I need to talk to you privately. I'll tell you, that's a numbing feeling.
Yeah, what's it like?
Just the wave of emotions that go through you. It was one of those step outside of the body and say, is this really happening to you? Mm-hmm. And yeah, fortunately it did.
The thing that impressed me the most in our initial meeting was his passion for the game. And I didn't know John before the interview process even took place, so I had to Google him to find out really about his background. And when I read that, okay, this guy's a lawyer, and he gives up his law practice to coach junior hockey in Texarkana, Texas, I said, well, this guy has a true passion for the game.
The hockey world doesn't easily embrace change. In the past, coaches were expected to have the scars of battles on the ice, not in the courtroom.
Do you feel like you're an outsider that you didn't come up through? You were an NHL player, and then after you retired from your Hall of Fame NHL career, you became an NHL coach.
Yeah.
Do you feel
well,
like
if you put it like that, maybe I do feel I'm the kid kicking the can outside the circle.
Didn't mean to make you feel bad, John. You deserve to be here.
I'll tell you one thing, and a general manager in this league, not our own, gave me this advice. This can be a toxic league sometimes. It can be surrounded by negativity, especially in the media. You haven't come through the NHL, so you're a little bit of a fresh kind of look, and you kind of have that little bit of the wide-eyed kid to you a little bit. But he said to me, don't change a thing. There's a reason you've escalated to where you are is because you've done it your way. And don't come to this league and change, and don't change for anybody. And I've heeded that advice. And if that makes me an outsider because I didn't play in the league, so be it. I'm kind of the underdog that some people in the game probably cheer for on the amateur side of things because I didn't do it the conventional way. But as I said, once you get here, the respect value between everybody's been phenomenal, and I couldn't be more excited to be a part of you know, this profession.
Nick, prove them all wrong, buddy. I know you can do it. I'm with you 100%. Train hard, drink lots of water. Captain Hydration's talking to you. Make sure you hydrate.
All right, my quest for the New York Marathon continues. We just heard from Mark Messier with Gary Roberts, and we know, Robs, that I think Mess, when he speaks, is like gospel. He said nutrition is a key for my run in the marathon. We know that you train the likes of Skinner, Stamkos, James Neal, some of the best, but you are also on the nutrition side. That's why I summoned you six weeks ago. What do you think?
You look good, Kipper, I gotta say. 6 weeks, and we should have oiled you up for the interview today. You're looking really good.
I don't see you as a guy wearing a white hat and an apron. What are we gonna look at today?
So today we're gonna prepare your meals that you're taking with you today, that you're gonna eat throughout the day. Well, this is Mike. We brought in Mike, our chef, here at the kitchen, and he's gonna go through the first meal that we're gonna do for you today, which is a combination of carbs, protein, and fiber, which you need post-run.
So today we're going to do some wild salmon caught out of the Fraser River in BC. We're going to sear it off, serve it with some nice wild rice, and it's going to get accompanied of bed of spinach with it.
Okay, Robs, the one thing that I've noticed in a couple of the meals that you've given me later on in the day, a Cobb salad is something that isn't too heavy. That's worked incredibly well for me. Why?
Well, I think at nighttime we're trying to reduce, like they say, you know, you never should eat too much food before bed. Never eat 2 hours before you go to sleep.
What's next for us?
Well, we're going to head to Nature's Emporium, and that's where we go to get the stuff that we don't get at the kitchen.
Okay, Robs, as an option for a snack, obviously you can't go wrong with raw fruit.
For sure. Raw fruit is exactly what you need in between your meals. So whether it's an apple, whether it's an orange, these are great options to kind of fill in the gap between your meal, your main meal, to your next meal. Okay, so Kipper, we're going to go now. We're going to try and find another snack for you in the afternoon, right?
Okay, with a trail mix, I would imagine I've got some options.
Absolutely. Like you can buy a trail mix that we already have here at Nature's Emporium, or you can make your own. See some coconut flakes, Skipper?
Coconut gives me gas.
Does it? So maybe you don't want to have any coconut. I think if you eat this whole bag of nuts on your way home, the coconut won't matter. Okay. Kipper, I'm well aware of your family history, and I wouldn't send you out of here with something Greek.
What do you got for me, Rob?
I've got a Greek yogurt, a nice plain, high fat, high calorie, all the running you're doing, a Greek yogurt's ideal. So Kipper, usually when I'm done shopping, I'm starving.
Yeah, I could figure that.
So I need to drive home now. I got a half-hour drive. I always come to the smoothie bar here at Nature's and have my favorite brown bowl smoothie.
Have I got enough goodies in this cart to beat Oprah Winfrey?
If you do not, I should be out of business. I think you'll be okay. Stay on the program, Kipper.
You hear that, Doug McLean? I'm beating Oprah.